it's so funny? Not only do men not care about other men, they pretend to care about other men through hating us because they hate themselves. Okay, someone just left this comment on my YouTube. I'm going to use it as a teachable moment to talk about what a lot of men try to do with Anthony, my husband, if you're new here. They try to bond with him over making fun of me, and or they will say comments like the one I'm about to show you to feign concern for men who love women. Oh, look at this. Imagine leaving this comment on a woman's video about going paddleboarding and kayaking with her husband on their anniversary weekend in a beautiful mountain town in France. This person right here is so bored and so self-hating and hates men so much that, like, he even used his name. I made it to the minute and 49-second mark, and that's all I needed to almost feel bad for Anthony. Oh, you almost feel bad for him. Not quite. You almost feel bad for him. For reference, we were in this town called Annecy, camping, although they have showers, so we got a little dressed up. Taking beautiful photos, ate really good food one night, or actually all nights. Splurged a little bit. $30 for camping each night, but we had a really nice meal that cost about a little more than that every night. Now, for reference, this was taken in the lake. I'm on a paddleboard, he's on a kayak, and the whole video was about toxic masculinity, how it plays out on water, and how you can tell so quick by the way men treat you in this environment, how much they've unpacked their entitlement under patriarchy, right? And I am complimenting Anthony. He is in the car with me as I'm making this video, and he adds some stuff to it. I forget what, but it's just, a lesson on men burdening women with more work, or men being their hubris and their overconfidence and their recklessness. And something to look for in men is ones who are willing to admit when they are scared or out of their comfort zone. Sorry, you're probably like, whose dog is that? We are at our in-laws. Dog sitting. That's Lucky. Mose is asleep. He is in his little forever summer vacation home, living his best life, and he doesn't feel like being on film right now. Oh, but Lucky does not mind. Anyway, it's this beautiful place. Mountains, lakes, beautiful buildings, like cheap places to camp, everything. Like, amazing, right? Great time was had by all. Can you imagine going on to a woman's page and being like, I feel almost bad for your husband, as if he asked for your opinion, or I did. But this is actually something that happens a lot. So men get really triggered when they see a woman like me who criticizes patriarchy and holds men accountable, and holds women accountable too, but deconstructs this stuff and shares with you or whoever is watching this my own deconstruction process, and analyzes film and TV and all that. But I'm married? Uh-oh. Because most of the men who leave comments on my page say Catwoman, Catwoman, Catwoman. Like, this is standard. They are so born, like, they're so unoriginal in their dumb criticisms. Can anyone blame men for avoiding today's toxic women? You don't. You don't leave us alone. Why are you on my page? Y'all are obsessed with us. You're not avoiding us. I wish you were. But this is a lie. Yeah, and then today's toxic women. If you were avoiding me, I would never hear from you. But you seek me out. Y'all still try to get us to date you as toxic women. I'm not saying that women can't be toxic. I'm investing in dog and cat food companies. Do you know how many times I see this joke? Y'all are so boring. By the way, if you respond, no one's going to see it. You are going to be in a circle talking to yourself forever and ever, thinking people can read this, but they can't, because I blocked your comments from showing up. Sorry, them the rules. You can't talk to me this way. And I'm never going to see them again. So this is the only one I have to see, and I'll never see them again. But you'll probably watch my content every day, and it'll make you so mad. And I love that I trigger you. So this joke, do you know how many times I get this joke? I get this joke on my page more than when I was on Tinder, more times than I saw men, that dumb joke I'm 6'1" in heels or whatever. You know how they're making fun of women talking about how tall they are in heels? And the only reason why we ever tell you that is because so many women have dated short men who are really insecure and hate themselves and make it our problem. So a lot of women are just letting you know, I like heels. I'm a heels girl, and this is how tall I am in heels. It's called being thoughtful. And y'all go and be like, just make a joke out of it, and it's a dumb joke, and you all write the same joke. Y'all are so not creative. If you would unpack your self-hatred and your entitlement and deal with your trauma, you would probably be funny. Seriously, you'd probably be really funny, but because you won't do that, this is what you get. The same joke again and again and again. It's so boring. If you're gonna insult me, at least entertain me. Come on. But this is what I get most of the time. Cat lady, because they don't even bother watching the video or more than one video before they say something like this, and then I block them from ever having to see them again. They can still watch my stuff, but I don't have to look at you. It really pokes a hole in their whole argument when they're like, damn it, she's married. Cat lady doesn't work on her. And that's when they say that I must feel bad about Anthony. And don't do not be tricked by this little user. It's George. George is Little Fairy Cupcake. George, you are also blocked. I will never see your comments ever again. And I love that for me. One of the things that drives me crazy about men like this is like, y'all don't care about each other. I care more about y'all than you care about yourselves and other men, because you're not actually concerned about Anthony. You're jealous. You actually love other men. You want them to be miserable in marriages or single like you are. That you want all men to hate their wives. Because Anthony doesn't, you're just like, it's not right. Right? You don't know what to do. And the fact that I'm married at all is also like, wait, how do I boy math my way out of this? But another trick, and again, this is like, God, it's fascinating. Anthony and I, we actually use this as a litmus test now for men that he will hang out with. It's not that he actually knows that part of his job is to help men deconstruct patriarchy. So he is willing to talk to other men, but what he won't do is bring unsafe men around me. And what he won't do is be friends with those men who are at a level of toxicity that, like, not sure if he can help. At the very least, he'll deal with them on his own, but he's not going to bring them into a couples event with us. And I've told this story before, but I just wanted to remind y'all, because this happens online a lot too, is that when we met the boyfriend of someone that I'm friends with, but not like a close friend, the first thing this man did when he introduced himself to Anthony, and this man's French, so like, you know, he didn't want to speak English, which is fine. I didn't expect him to. But his little sexist joke in French under his breath, thinking that it's just between them, you know, it's just bros talking and they're speaking French. So it's not that I couldn't understand or any other women, but when your second language means you have to kind of make an effort to understand stuff, which I love that for me, that men say stuff to me all the time. And I know they're saying some BS, and I'm just like, it doesn't get to me because I'm not going to do the translating, because I don't care. Like, I love that I can just choose not to hear their stuff based on their body language. I love that. I love that. Because I can't choose overhearing some toxic stuff a man speaking English is saying, because it just goes into my ear and just goes blah, 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 and I'm like, dang it. But with French, I have to do work. I have to do some work. I don't want to do that with the man who's saying stuff I don't care about. So anyway, he met Anthony, and, you know, within literally 2 minutes, oh, hey, you know, and Anthony, one of the first things he does is brag about me, you know. Oh, you know, like he that's what he does. He's proud to be with me. I'm proud to be with him. I say great things about him. He says great things about me. Actually normalized at his old workplace, men saying good things about their partner. Because before that, they would just complain, and he refused to participate, and he would just brag. And he noticed over a few months that the rest of the guys were like it weirded them out. And then they started to shift to that because they look dumb. Dumb is because men are and if there's one man who is confident and refuses to participate in like negging or talking crap about their partners in order to bond with other men. If there's one dude who's like, yeah, I love my wife, they start to be like, dang it. So they slowly started to follow his lead instead of like bonding over misogyny. And the thing is like so many of these men actually, even the ones that actually don't hate their wives. I'm telling you, I worked with men for my whole adult life, mostly men. And I worked with teenagers in the wilderness. But sometimes I did some boys courses. And that's when I learned a lot about toxic masculinity and how like it becomes like everything. They just follow each other, right? And if one person is doing it and the other ones are not confident enough to stand up to that dude, they're all going to start doing it. One bad apple ruins a whole bunch when it comes to men. I'm not saying it can't happen with women, but I'm saying men are more followers than especially when they're not confident and because they've really bought into the whole hierarchy and dominating people system. And so when Anthony was like, didn't laugh at their jokes, and then actively was like saying great stuff about me and be like, oh, that sucks. You know, Melanie's blah, blah, blah. I started like feeling silly. And over months, like he was so proud of himself. He was like, I can't believe it worked. Like he didn't think it would work, but that's just who he is. He's not going to do this crap because they're doing it. But it was like a weird group experiment where he was like, I can't believe it. Like me refusing to participate in talking crap about women and pushing back against it just by talking about how happy I am and how much I love you and how awesome you are and all this cool stuff that you're doing and bragging about you. Then they wanted to compete with how awesome their wives are. Like, these are the leaders, y'all. Anyway, but this man who was speaking French, first thing as soon as Anthony started bragging about what I do, then I'm like a YouTuber or whatever. And he's like, oh, men are so impressed by YouTuber. I could say that I'm like an award-winning journalist and be like, cool. But YouTuber, because so many men are just like, I'm not saying just men, but there's something about the status of like YouTuber that just is like, blah. Oh, wow, what does she do? Oh, she talks about patriarchy and decentering men and, and this man had the audacity to be like, I mean, come on, nudge, nudge. It's not like patriarchy's that bad. And he was like, no, it is actually, it's bad. And she's talking about this and she's helping to empower women to see red flags. Like he was just telling her what I do. And he was like, the guy eventually was like, oh crap. And at first it was funny, but then we were just like, how sad is that? That men literally, some of them are so insecure and so bought into this, which, it literally is why they're alone. You're alone. It's a self-imposed loneliness crisis. A loneliness crisis, like I've said plenty, it's an entitlement crisis. It's a selfishness crisis. It's a refusal to change, to be brave. And so they just, and I get it. It's indoctrination, right? I was indoctrinated into like white supremacy culture, capitalism, like patriarchy too. I'm unlearning this stuff, but I'm willing to do the work. And they're like, no, I want. And so they get really confused when they meet other men who are not bought in. They don't know what to do with it, and they run away with their tail between their toes. I love to watch it. And Anthony's like, he gets it, and he doesn't try to make them uncomfortable, but he realizes that discomfort is a good thing because they're not used to somebody being like, no, I'm not going to bond with you over hating my wife. I just met you. Like, I'm not going to bond with you over hating my wife in general, but I just met you. Why would my allegiance to you, stranger I just met, be greater than my life partner? But that's how they're raised. This man was so sure that Anthony would be like, yeah, I mean, but even after he's bragging, he was so confident that he was just to like, but come on. No, it is bad. It's bad. And it's bad for us too. Like he tried to do his whole spiel because, Anthony has started 2 men's groups. He's really trying to do whatever he can to push back against all this crap, to fight back against this because I'm not changing men. I refuse. I'm not doing this for y'all. I've already written articles for y'all and you don't appreciate it. So take the resources, do the work yourself, and men need to help other men. We're not doing it anymore unless you pay us. And even then, I charge a lot. And so he understands that that's his job. Right? Like, I can help women. I can help men, but most men won't listen to me because cat lady, wall, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, you know. But they'll listen to him. They'll listen to him right away. So he knows that he's uniquely useful to other men where I am not because they don't see me as human. So anyway, that has become a big litmus test for us in terms of like couples we'll hang out with. If there's like a woman that I think is awesome and then I find out she's married, I'm like, crap. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna have to hang out with her just alone. And then if I meet her husband, I really like him, then I'm like, okay. And then we do the, of course, it's not like it's even intentional. We're just being ourselves. And their reaction to my job, and especially him talking about my job, says everything we need to know. If they're like, oh, instead of like, what? Boom, litmus test, pass the test, let's hang out again. So if you're a man and you follow me, you're probably muted. And if you're not muted and I actually respond to you, good job. You must not be annoying me and saying like ridiculous things. Actually be listening to things I say instead of fighting me. But if you're blocked and you don't even realize, just know you actually don't care about Anthony, and you don't even care about yourself, and you don't care about other men. And whether you like it or not, I care more about you than you care about you. And I'm sorry it's that way, but I expect better from you. I know you're capable of it. I'm just pissed that you won't do anything about it, but I know you can. And I refuse to admit that men are just, I refuse to believe that men are just dumb. You're manipulative, but you're not dumb. And that you can't love. You can. You just got to let go of a lot of things before you're going to be able to. I refuse to believe that you're all evil. You do evil stuff, especially if you will not deal with all of your trauma and all this stuff. You will never, ever, ever convince me that men are not capable of doing better. It's about willingness and effort. And if you have that, come on in. Come on over here. We're a fun group of people. But if you won't do it, you're going to die alone. I need to invest in dog and cat food. But you know what? Y'all are terrible with animals. So I'm not even going to invest in that. I hope you never get pets because you're going to be reckless and treat them like crap too. Anyway, let me know if you like this. Please follow my Patreon if you're not already. I share a lot more travel stuff over there if you liked what you saw. I have a live coming up a week from Wednesday. So what is that? I think August 4th or is it 7th? Ugh. I think it's August 7th with Cecilia Regina. I will post about that soon. I have been waiting for this collaboration for forever. I also have a live coming up with one of the lawyers that took down Larry Nassar, right? That's in September. We had to push it back because we were both traveling too much. We couldn't coordinate. I have all kinds of cool stuff coming up. And I also have a comment song coming up. Comment song. Let me know if you hear the comment song. Et voila. This is the comment song, NC edition. Look at this cute town. Oh my God, look at the colors. Oh wow. Oh my God. Look at that. The flower beds, the canals, and look at that cat. Oh, this is for you, Erica, and all y'all who love cats. The comment song. Look at this. That's Anthony snapping in the back. Look at this cute little table. Ah, I love that table. Table. The comment song. We found a place to eat finally, but this place had so many tourists everywhere. It's a little stressful, but I think I showed you this clip already. I ate this. I have no idea what it is, but I couldn't believe they had sweet potato fries. It was delicious, by the way. The comment song is ending soon. This is at sunset. This is my favorite town. It's probably what convinced me to move to France. Okay, I hope you like this. Let me know if you heard it. Bye.